Outstanding golf coach at Catalina Foothills. How are you?
Good.
Good. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. So you're from Minnesota, right?
Grew up in Minnesota. Decided to move to Tucson when got sick of winter. Wanted more sunshine.
Did you come out here knowing about Foothills, or how did you get that job there?
I didn't know anything about Foothills. We moved our family here, had no jobs, didn't know a soul. We just were sick of winter. We lived in the Foothills area, and I was shocked to find out they were the last girls team, or they were the last school in Tucson that didn't have a girls golf team. So I went to the athletic director and I made him a great offer. I said, I'll volunteer to start an intramural program, and that's how it started.
So your first year was like intramural, is that right?
Yep, it was just strictly intramural. We practiced at Quail Canyon, the par 3 course. And interesting story, that first year we basically got girls that could get cut from other teams. There's no golf team, and so these people came out for intramural. I remember we were practicing, and I also didn't know anything about coaching. I knew how to play golf, but I really didn't know how to coach. So we're over there at Quail Canyon, we're practicing putting, and we're a couple weeks into it, and no one would get the ball to the hole. No one would get the ball to the hole. So I finally stop and I say, all right, come on in. So I said, we're going to talk about putting, and I said, all right, all you smart kids, what percentage of putts that come up short go in the hole? Thought it was a pretty simple question. So one of the freshmen says 33%. I go, okay. And one of the juniors, or one of the sophomores goes, I know this one, 62%. The only junior on the team goes, you underclassmen are so stupid. Everyone knows it's 85%. That's the point I realized it was going to be a long season and we had a lot of work to do.
So the next year, you're a varsity program then?
We were a varsity program the very next year in 2000. And I didn't know anything about it, anything about coaching, anything about the rules. We played the region championship over at Continental Ranch. We were leading after day 1. We ended up taking second after day 2, and I congratulated the kids on a great season. And then the person running the tournament said, congratulations, you made it to the state tournament. I didn't realize even 2 teams went to the state tournament. So we qualified for the state tournament in all 11 years that I coached. And that first year, I think we lost to the state champion by about 175 shots.
But you won quite a few state championships.
We had quite a run. We had my last 8 years of coaching. We won 4 state championships. We were runner-up the other 4 times. So 8 years in a row, we were either first or second. One of the years, probably the most heartbreaking loss, one of the years we lost, we were playing against the team from Phoenix that had the #1 girl in the United States. And we ended up losing by 1 to them because this girl shot 61-64. So that was actually one of the best years we ever had. We had all 5 girls shoot scores in the 70s, which is pretty amazing for high school girls golf, and we still won. And that's the time when I had to convince them that, there's only so much you can do. There's always, it's not entirely in your control. Different than playing basketball, you're playing against someone, you're playing against the course, and 61-64 was just enough to beat us by 1.
I think I read in your bio that a golf coach couldn't talk to a player. Is that right? When they're doing a match?
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense to me. I grew up playing sports, and in golf, coaches were not allowed to talk to players. And it made no sense to me at all. And so I spearheaded an effort to go to coaches and to go to the AIA to allow coaching during the matches. And most of the schools were not in favor of it. And they certainly weren't in favor of it here because we were already beating all of the teams, and without me talking to them. But I was able to, back in 2005, got it pushed through, and since then, coaches can now coach during the game. And I said to people, I said, can you imagine Lute Olson, going in the locker, go down in the locker room for the entire game? I said it just didn't make any sense to me. So yes, we did get that pushed through, and we could coach after that.
Golf's a very difficult game to play. So how is it coaching high school kids?
Coaching is really difficult. Golf is an extraordinarily difficult game, and coaching them is very difficult. It's just really hard. It's a very technical game. A lot of the kids who started with had never touched the golf club. It's just hard work, get them excited, and take it a day at a time.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.